Thru. I'm your host, Tony T, as we broadcast live here on Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel throughout social media. We will get you out here before the top of the hour. Give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. That's what we do here on the drive-thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Deliver live free picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time or later, and deliver those winners, our professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and at Sports Chat Place. So let's meet the cappers and get right to the picks because we don't mess around here on the drive-thru. Let's say a little Wayne. Wayne, what's going on?
Not much, man. Just trying to keep up with everything. Got a little WNBA preseason. NBA, you got your draft picks and the playoffs going on. NHL playoffs going on. Huge baseball card. Here to just give out some bangers and get back on the right side of winning. Been a little slow for me from last weekend coming into this week.
Yep, W starts on Friday. Line's already out on those three games. Let's see. Damien, what's happening?
How are you doing, Tony? Coming off a 3-3 night, 1-1 in the NBA. It's been a crazy NBA playoffs. A shame what happened to Tatum last night. Hopefully he can make 100% full recovery on that. I know that's just an awful injury. It does not feel good. Just looking forward to getting to some plays tonight, talking over with you guys and giving out some winners tonight.
Yep, it's harder and harder to make these future wagers when you see things like this happen. It's just hard to do. Hello, David. What's happening?
I know my Celtics to win the series is when I placed it down 0-2 is not looking too good. I'm doing good. It's been a good couple of weeks for me, and hopefully we can stay streaking tonight.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go ahead and let's get rolling here, guys. We'll start here NBA playoffs here for tonight, and we'll get going here with the games on the board. So let's get to it right now. Tonight we got Pacers and Cavaliers. Cavaliers looking to avoid elimination, down 3-1 in the series. Cavs favored 8, total 231. Then we'll also cover here on this block Thunder and Nuggets. Thunder 10 favored here in this series. The total sits at 221.5 in a 2-2 series here. We'll start this one off here with David. First, let you know that Donovan Mitchell is questionable still for Cleveland, and Tyson, a backup for Denver, out. So we'll start with David.
Yeah, looking at both of these games, I have a premium play on both of the sides here in this one, but I will give a play out here on each of the totals in this early game, Pacers and the Cavaliers. I like the over here in this one. I was on the over, I think, in at least 3 of the first 4 games, if not all 4 of the first 4 games in this series. And we've just seen plenty of scoring. The total's been right around the same number, between 227 and I think 231 here. And I'd like it to go over again, even if Donovan Mitchell doesn't play, which I do think he will. But both teams have been scoring pretty easily. We saw Indiana have a huge game 4, obviously, with that 20-point win at home, which wasn't even that close. I think they've figured out this Cleveland defense. I think they'll score, and I think Cleveland pushed the pace here at home as they need a big performance. And then in the other game, Nuggets and the Thunder, total sitting at 221.5. I like the under there. I know the first 2 games in OKC went over this number. We had 255 points in that Game 2 blowout. We had 140 points in the Game 1 very close victory for Denver. But we saw 2 lower scoring games in Games 3 and 4, and I think that's how it's going to be. I think as the series gets deeper, we're going to see much better defense by both teams as they slow it down, especially Denver. Denver wants to try to slow it down to stop this OKC team from running. And I just think we see a defensive battle here in this one once again for the 3rd game in a row. So I like the under 221.5 there.
Yeah, from David. Next up, we move right on over to Damien.
Yeah, I have plays on both sides as well, so I'll give out 2 totals here. I actually like the under in both games, lean to the under here in both. My way of thinking here in the Cleveland-Indiana game is just the way the Cavs were embarrassed on Indiana's home floor. They gave up 129 points. I think they come back, and they really have to dig in defensively. This is an elimination game. They don't play any defense in this one. They're going to be going home. And by the same token, this Pacers team, it's not the same defense that we're used to seeing from them as in previous seasons. I think they do have some guys that can guard. And I just see as this one be a little bit more intense than most and staying under the total in that one. And as I mentioned, the Nuggets Thunder, I like that one to stay under as well. My thinking that one is if you watched that last game, Jokic was totally gassed by the end of that basketball game. If the Nuggets are going to win, they need him on the floor. So I don't see them wanting to just, up and down the court so fast. I think they're going to want to try and slow things down a little bit. Obviously, Oklahoma City has a good defense as it is. But Denver, they need Jokic on the floor, and the best way to keep him on the floor, I think, is to slow things down for him. So I'm taking the under in both of these.
There we go from Damien up over to Wayne.
Yeah, give me the Nuggets on the spread and sprinkle a little bit on the money line. I'm just a little old school. My handicapping to be the man, you got to beat the man. Nuggets veteranship, I do think that plays a role here. This is a team that has won the championship and still has 50% of their roster still intact, and I love their depth. Now, OKC shown all season that they are the stronger defensive team, but we don't give the Nuggets offense enough credit in this spot. 10 points is a lot of points. It does look like a sucker bet, but every sucker bet isn't a sucker bet. Some sucker bets are your easiest bets that you'll ever bet, and I like the Nuggets taking a 10 in this spot.
Yeah, from Wayne. Tell you what I think here about these games here. Yeah, I like the over in Indiana and Cleveland. This one we saw this at 229. 230, 228 and a half last night. Now it's creeping back up again. Pacers in the playoffs on the road have shot 52%, 42% from three. This is a perimeter shooting team, so I don't think they're going to be impacted by intense defense because they know how to find the open three. And I think that takes away home court advantage when you can make the three-point shot, because we know in the playoffs, when you're in the paint, you have a huge advantage to the offense because you'll see the calls go against the defensive teams when you try to play in the paint in the NBA playoffs. So I like the over there, Indiana and Cleveland. I think Cleveland's offense will pick it up as well. Denver and OKC, I'm going to agree with Wayne here. I like the points here. Nuggets have covered 7 of 8. I don't know how they do it with a -2 net rating, but they've done it because they win games. They cover and not win. We've seen that a few times as well. And we know OKC really good net rating, and the Nuggets on the road here at 35% from three. But again, I just got to look at the way they cover games, and I'll look at them in that spot. All right, let's continue here on the drive through as we switch on over to baseball. 2 rainouts today will be made up as doubleheaders, as we have postponed today. Will be St. Louis and Philadelphia is postponed, and Minnesota Baltimore postponed. They will be doubleheaders on tomorrow. So let's get to the games here. We'll cover 5 in this block. We start here, Brewers and Guardians underway. You can give a live play if you want to start it here. Guardians $1.40 total sits here at 9. Twins, Orioles postponed. Red Sox and Tigers. Tigers $1.15 total sits at 8.5. Kiter Montero will be the bulk pitcher. He was listed as a starter overnight, but he will be the bulk pitcher for Detroit. Detroit goes with an opener. White Sox and Reds. We have the Reds $2.05 total sits at 9. Cardinals and Phillies has been postponed. Rays and Blue Jays. Blue Jays $1.40 total 8. Then we'll end the block with Pirates at the Mets. The Mets here $2.35 total 7.5. This is going to be the way it's going to be this week here. It looks like we have the living versus the dying with some of these lines, as you see where they are here early in May. We can always call teams that are on deathbed already. So let's get this one underway here with David.
Yeah, and that Mets Pirates game, I know we see a low total here sitting at 7.5, but I'm going to take the under in this one. I also like the Mets on the run line. Not the best value there, though. The Mets are going with Senga, who has been fantastic this season. Over his last 5 starts, he's allowed a total of 3 earned runs. His last 2 starts, just 1 earned run against Arizona in both of those starts. So a very high-powered offense he's able to keep in check here. And we've seen Pittsburgh's offense be very inconsistent this season, really not that good, not that reliable. They've had a couple of breakouts, but I think Senga will get the job done. And then on the other side, Keller is on the mound for Pittsburgh. He hasn't been great, but he also hasn't really been horrible. He's allowed 3 earned runs or fewer in 4 out of his last 5 starts, and 3 of those he went 6 innings. So I think Pittsburgh's lack of offense here makes me like the under 7.5. And then Red Sox Tigers, I'm going to take the Tigers on the money line. Tigers have been great at home this year, 15-5. And yeah, Montero, well, he has been up and down over the past year and a half or so that he's been pitching here up with the big team. He pitched outstanding in his last start, or I don't know if that was a start. I think he might have been in a bulk role there as well. But either way, he's pitching very well. He's eating up a lot of innings, and this Tigers offense has been fantastic. So I'll take the Tigers at home.
There we go from David. Next up, we move right on over to Damien.
Sorry about that. I like the Reds here on the run line against the White Sox. I know they're a heavy public favorite here, but I think it is the right side. Cincinnati is struggling a little bit right now. They lost 7-9, but Andrew Abbott he's only given up. Hasn't given up an earned run. I'm sorry, in his last 10 innings pitched. This White Sox team's just hitting 214 as a team right now. And I just think this is a good spot here for the Reds to get better. So I like them to cover the run line in that one. And the Pirates and Mets, I agree with David here. I like the under in that game. As he mentioned, Senga has just been fantastic. The Pirates really struggling to score here. They scored actually no more than 4 runs in 18 consecutive games. So they're really struggling to put runs up on the board. Is 3-1 with the ERA of 2. And 4 career starts against the Mets. So he's pitched very well against the Mets in his career. I don't think we see a lot of runs in this one. My only fear of that game, in that game, is the weather right now that we're getting in the Philly area eventually moves up to New York, and maybe we see a little bit of, pitchers in and out, a little bit of rain delay, which could throw things off. But I do like the under in that game overall.
Yeah, from Damien. Next up, we move right on over to Wayne.
Yeah, if you can get another game started, but if you can get a fair price with Cleveland, I like Cleveland in this spot. 6-2 at home, hitting at 75% as a home favorite. 2 pitchers has been iffy with Priester and Allen, but Allen being a left-hander and the Brewers struggling to hit left-handers, I lean with him definitely being at home. Priester on the road, just don't trust them. I like the Cleveland bats a little bit better, and their bullpen is starting to shake back into form. I'm on the other side of these fellas with Pirates and the Mets. I like the Pirates here. It's not pretty. It's not a premium for a reason, but I do love the value. I am scared of Senga, as they mentioned. Scared. He definitely has been on fire. But we've seen the Pirates step up in spots. Mets struggle in game 2 of a series. Another little kink in there, but they just did this to Atlanta with Chris Sale on the mound, plus 195, scratched out a 1-run lead, and I can definitely see them doing it here against the Mets. Not the prettiest, but I like the Pirates in this spot.
Yeah, from Wayne. All right, tell you what I think about these games. I like Reds run line in this one. Cannon has not been as effective here on the road this year. Also, the White Sox not hitting over their past 7, 204. Reds hitting the ball pretty well because we saw Cannon ERA about 6 on the road. Reds bullpen in really good form. The Reds are 3-1 to the run line at home when favored by minus 150 or higher. I'll look at them in that spot. Also, I'll look at Toronto here. Rays is 221 hitting over the past 6. Blue Jays hitting in good form right now. The Rays bullpen is not. You get the Blue Jays to the home favorite of minus 110 or higher. They're 6-3. And they're also 5-1 at home against losing teams, returning 4 units. So I'll look at Toronto in that spot. I like the under with Pirates and the Mets. Senga Genesis has been solid here at home. I mean, what can you say with the ZRA about 1 here this year? Pirates just hit $1.99 in their past 6 games. When you look at Senga here, allowed 1 run in 14 2/3 innings. The New York bullpen has been outstanding. So I'll look here at the under in that one, New York and Pittsburgh. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru as we continue here with Major League Baseball with these next we'll take the next 5 here on the card for tonight, and they will be the Nationals and Braves. We got the Braves 208, total sits 8.5. Marlins and Cubs 242, total of 8. Rockies and Rangers 223, total 8.5. Royals and Astros $1.30, total 7.5. Win this block with Yankees at Mariners. We got the Yankees $1.39 on the road, total 7.5. We start the block off here with David.
Yeah, in this Nationals-Braves game, Atlanta comes into this one under 500 on the season, but they are 13-6 at home. They're heavy favorites in this one, but I'm actually going to take a shot here with the Nationals on the money line. They're going with Soroka on the mound, who has he's only pitched 2 games this year. He has dealt with injury, but last time out he did allow 4 earned against Cleveland, and most of that damage the 5th inning. 5th or 6th inning, I forget when he was pulled in that one, but he started the game off very strong. He had 8 strikeouts in the game. I believe he only gave up 1 or 0 earned runs in the first 4 or 5 innings of that one. When you look at Schwellenbach for the Braves, he has been pretty good, but over his last 5 starts, he has allowed 6 earned runs in 2 of them. He's allowed at least 7 hits in 3 of his last 4. I think it's a spot the Nationals could sneak up here and get one against the Braves. And sitting at plus 180, I love the price. I'll take the Nats to get the win.
There we go with David. And next up, we move right on over to Damian.
I'm going to take Kansas City here against Houston. The Royals are playing some really good ball. 17-4 over the last 21 games. Bubik's been excellent on the season. 4-2, a 1.69 ERA. The Astros just 4-7 over their last 11 games. I think we're getting a good deal here. The Royals at plus money. I'm going to take Kansas City in this spot.
From Damian, next up, we move right on over to Wayne.
Yeah, I agree exactly with everything Damien just said with the Royals. Great spot, great pitcher on the mound. Yeah, their bats can be iffy in spots, but Houston's bats ain't just going off the charts right now as well. Take the Royals there, and another game is not pretty, but give me the Rockies plus the 1.5. They got their best shot to be competitive with Freeland. I still don't trust the Rangers. I know they've been playing a little bit better than have they started, but price-wise, I'm not laying this with the Rangers. Give me the Rockies plus a run.
Yeah, from Wayne. Tell you what I think here about these games. I agree there with Washington here at that big plus price. Nats have 255 in the divisional games. Atlanta past 7 games hitting 212. They did not look good in that Pittsburgh series. Washington 32-42 as a road underdog of plus 175 to plus 250 the past 2+ seasons. That's a 21.5 unit return. I'll look at the Nats there in that spot. Also, I like the under again with Rockies in Texas. The Rockies a $1.89 on the road. Texas is 227 against left-handed starters. Freeland's numbers have been better on the road. Texas now 13-2 to the under at home against an NL team batting 245 or lower the past 1+ seasons. Rockies here as a road dog this year, 14-6 to the under. I like the under in that game. I'll back the bats here with KC in this spot here. KC has been hitting well. Houston hitting just 212 against left-handed starters. Royals bullpen in good form. And KC against these poor power teams. Now 16-2 against teams that average 0.9 home runs per game or fewer this season. That's a 15.5 unit return. I'll take KC in this one. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru as we'll close out baseball with these final 3 games. So we have these 2 rainouts here for tonight. We may up as doubleheaders tomorrow. So let's get to the games here to close out baseball with Angels and Padres. Oh, was that a crazy 9th inning last night? Oh my goodness, those on the Padres run line. Oh, you are just disgusted right now. We got Padres 207, total 7.5. D-backs and Giants. D-backs $1.17, total sits 7.5, and our homeless Athletics, they'll feel at home in LA against the Dodgers. Dodgers $1.92. The total sits here at 9. We start the block off here with David.
Yeah, you're right. That Angels-Padres 9th inning was wild. That's for sure. And I'm going to look at that game here for this one. I'm going to take the Padres on the run line. I think they do bounce back here. I know it's not easy to bounce back after a collapse like we saw from them, but Cease has been fantastic over his last few starts. His last 3 starts, he's allowed 2 earned runs or fewer, and he's been decent at limiting hits as well. He hasn't gone very deep into games if you look over his last 5 starts or so, but I think he'll give them a good chance to win here in this one. On the other side, the Angels are going with Soriano, who has allowed 3 earned runs or more in 4 of his last 5 starts. The Angels are also 0-5 to the run line in Soriano's last 5 starts. So give me the Padres here to win by at least 2.
Here we go from David on over to Damien.
Tom, I didn't realize that the Yankees-Mariners was in the previous block. Is that right? I'm going to give out a play on that one if you don't mind.
Go right.
I'm going to take the Yankees here in this one. Fried's been outstanding. 6-0, 105 ERA on the season. Just 1 earned run in his last 27 and 2/3 innings pitched. The Mariners are a good team. I like Wu a lot, but the way the Yankees are hitting the ball right now, leading the league in average and home runs, I'm going to take the Yankees here on the money line. And then late night, I do like the over in the Dodgers and the A's. You got 2 guys pitching, ERA up close around 5, 4.5, 4.8. So I think we see a lot of runs in that one. I'm going to hit the over in that game.
All right, there from Damien. Next up, we move right on over to Wayne.
Yeah, out of all the big run lines, the Padres, I agree with David. The Padres is the one I actually like tonight after what happened last night. That meltdown they had with Cease on the line, just more reliable bats, and I just think they most of the time when you're embarrassed like that, you kind of try to come back and hand the embarrassment back to them. So I wouldn't be shocked if they win this by 3 runs plus. So if you can get a good number at 2.5, books giving out some decent plus money, I'll jump on that as well.
No, they're from Wayne. I tell you what I think here about these games. Agree with the run line here with the Padres, the Angels, 7-14 the run line on the road this season, losing 12.5 units. The Padres, they're 9-4 at home to the run line when favored -110 or higher, winning 7.5 units. So I'll look at the Padres run line. Continue with these Giants unders at home night games. You saw last night, it was 2-1, right? Fad against Robbie Ray. Arizona just 237 on the road. Giants 233 over their past 6 games. Ray's numbers have been better at home. Giants bullpen performs well at home. D-backs now 9-1 in the under against an NL starter with a whip of 1.25 or lower. SF, San Francisco, 8 and now 9-1 in the under in their home night games. If you go back and look at the numbers the past 3 seasons, it's approaching 70% to the under in unders at home night games for San Francisco. So continue under Arizona and San Francisco. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. Guardians pick up a run here in the bottom of the first, lead 1-0 on the Brewers. Let's get to the NHL for tonight. 1 game on the board here, so let's get to it right now. And it will be Jets and Stars here. Can the Jets get something on the road? We'll see. Stars $1.54, total 5.5. Start the block off here with David.
Yeah, the Jets on the road in the postseason the last 2 years has been unbelievable. They had that great regular season and down 2-1 here, the back's against the wall, kind of, sort of. They probably need to win this one. Don't want to go down 3-1 against a team like Dallas, but I'm going to look at a team total here in this one. I'm going to take over 2.5 for Winnipeg. We've seen the Jets bounce back pretty strong from some losses. Now, they did lose back-to-back games 3 and 4 against St. Louis in that first-round series, but they bounced back in Game 5. I think they scored 5 goals in that one. They lost Game 6, and then in Game 7, they scored, 4 in that crazy comeback. And then we saw them lose Game 1 here in this series and then bounce back with a 4-0 shutout. So we've seen them bounce back and score plenty of goals while doing so. I'll take the over 2.5. It's not great odds. I think it's like -130 or -135, but I like Winnipeg to score at least 3 in this one.
Here we go. David, except Damien.
I'm actually going to go with the Stars here on the puck line, and my reason of thinking here, I don't trust Hellebuck at all right now for Vancouver. I'm sorry for Winnipeg. He did shut out the Stars here in Game 2, but then he just gave up 5 goals the last game on 26 shots. I think if you get one early on him, his confidence could get really rattled, and Dallas could just pour it on. So I'll be on the Stars puck line in this one.
From Damien on over to Wayne.
Yeah, nothing for NHL for the night.
No hockey from Wayne. All right, we got you through the NHL. Now it's time for our parlay peripheral segment where our captains give out a parlay. They give out a team player prop, game of the future. Just play it straight. They make the call in this segment. We get to start here with David.
Yeah, I'm going to take that 2.5 for the Jets as the first leg of the parlay, and then going over to baseball, I'm going to take the Nationals on the money line at +180, and then I'm going to take the Padres on the run line.
From David. Next up over to Damien.
I'll take a 3-teamer here in baseball. The Reds on the run line, the Pirates, Mets under, and the Yankees.
From Damien. Next up over to Wayne.
Blue Jays money line and MLB, Royals money line MLB, and NBA Nuggets +10.
Yeah, from Wayne. All right, so what I like the Nuggets there with the Pirates, Mets under, and the Nasty Nats at that big plus price. All right, we got you through our parlay peripheral segment. Now it's time to see what our cappers have for sale over at Pick Dogs. Prim headed to a big week of action, second round back end of the NBA NHL playoffs. We also have Major League Baseball. The W returns here on Friday, regular season, with 3 games on Friday, 3 on Saturday. Another sport to bet on coming up. Of course, we know crowd, our group here likes the W. Let's see what Wayne's got for sale over at Pick Dogs. Wayne put together great MLB season. What do you have for sale, Wayne?
Yeah, falling from grace a little bit, but looking to just stay sharp and get back on track. Love my play of the day for today. I had a 3-pack, but I'm gonna have to whip together another one with that Twins game getting canceled. There's still a time, so I will have a 3-pack up there. But as far as right now, just MLB 5 games a day. 3-pack will be up there. My best bet will be up there. But look to get something long term that'll get you on the lines immediately. Also, most of the handicappers will have an extra play for you. So those are some of the benefits of grabbing something long term. If you don't want to just get one play at a time, pair me up one of these top guys that you see over on the site or that you see on the show today. We'll continue to put some money in your pocket.
Very good. Get on board with the Wayne over at Pick Dog Film. You guys love that 7-day pass this early in the week. Get a lot of NBA and baseball here from Wayne. Maybe me an Action W at the end of the week. We'll see. Let's see what Damon's got for sale over at Pick Dogs Premium. Damon, what you got?
Hey, Tony. Got 3 plays left on the board. I have a baseball play that's going on right now, and 2 sides in the NBA and also the NHL as well. They're all for sale individual. You can get them all 3 together in my winner's circle pass. But as Wayne mentioned, the best way to go is a long-term plan. Lots of times we have extra plays in those. And as I always say, my favorite 2-for-1 capper deal. Team me up with one of the other great handicappers here on the site today, and put both of us to work for you.
Very good. Yeah, get on board with Damon over at Pick Dog Premium. Let's see what David Racy's got rolling over at Pick Dog Premium. David's been on fire here the last 7 days. 2,572 units of profit last 7 days documented. David, what you got for sale?
Yeah, the first 5 months of this year have just been super streaky for me. I'm either really hot or really cold. This is a really hot time for me. It's been a great couple of weeks. Yeah, last 7 days, I'm sitting at just under 72%. I have 8 plays total today, 5 baseball, 1 hockey, and 2 NBA. Like these guys mentioned, long-term is the way to go. I am a volume type of handicapper. I have plenty of plays. Might have the most plays on the site consistently out of anyone. So long-term definitely gets you the most value for your money. So head on over, check it out, join me for the day, or join me long-term.
You're going to get on board with Dave Ricci over at Pick Dog Premium. Remember the promo Pick and check out, save that 15% off. I got a best bet on the board for Major League Baseball tonight, as well as a 3-pack with 2 baseball and an NBA. That's 4 premiums all together. I am number one unit return in MLB for the year. So get on board with me over at Pick Dogs Premium. Maybe get that 7-day out sports pass so you get all my baseball plays with NBA for the week. Of course, the multi-cap promotions will match up with all 3 of the cappers here. I can save even more. All right, let's continue here on the drive. You guys are with you here Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications, get alerted when we come live so you get these plays in real time, get caught up all the injury news and so forth. We will add that the Reds and the White Sox will begin in a rain delay. So rain delay, White Sox and Reds to start it off. A lot of great content here at the Pick Dogs YouTube channel. Almost at 250,000 subscribers. Boy, you can get 250K people to hit that subscribe button. There's great content here. So you guys get on board, hit that subscribe button if you would. And of course, a lot of great content here. Of course, David, you've got content for the folks out there over on the sites in written form.
Yeah, over at Sports Chat Place or PickDogs.com. Just head on over to the site, click on the top bar there, the free pick tab. Click on whatever sports you're looking for, get a nice write-up. Stats, trends, all that good stuff. I believe I don't cover WNBA, but I do believe it's covered on both sites. So head on over, check it out. It's a little lighter time here going into just baseball season, but as we get closer to football, definitely a great tool to get ahead and see how teams are looking for the upcoming season.
Yeah, very good. So check out David over on the sites with his written form. I think Shane might be covering W. I'm not for sure. We'll find out during the week. Of course, Wayne, you keep an eye on the world of boxing for us.
Yes, and a big women's fight coming up. Actually, did some digging on some contenders and just looking at who was coming, some of the people that's undefeated, like 20-0 and 20 and 25-0 and stuff like that. Just checking them out because boxing's strange. The contenders kind of come out of nowhere. They sneak people to get fights in Mexico and all different type of countries. You really got to study, and you don't want to get shocked by some of these boxers and actually know about them, follow their amateur. So I was able to do a little bit of that today. But outside of that Crawford and Canelo fight, both Charlo brothers are back in action, but they're kind of fighting no-name guys. That's what kind of had me looking around today, but not much value that I can see in there early. But as soon as a fight is meaningful and good value, you guys know I'll be on here giving it out for you guys.
That's right, guys. Wayne is checking him out. He's all over Box Rec looking for those streams where they're fighting tomato cans in Mexico or wherever it is. He'll find them because you can find where these fights are.
That's how you get. That's how you get these sneaky values and these upsets. So it's a lot of plus 400, plus 500 in boxing, and minus 1,000. So if you want to be on one of those good underdog winners, you definitely got to do your digging.
You know, I know Box Rec is a good platform to look up the previous
Definitely.
fights and just do a search. Somehow, some way, they find themselves on YouTube. Whether they're handheld cameras, who knows what. They find their way, and you can get a little scout there on the fights. I think it's been better now than before, especially now with the YouTube out there. These guys, they want to make sure their fighters are on YouTube. That just helps get more people to see it. So that'll do it here for this edition of The Drive-Thru. We're back tomorrow live at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, so make sure you like, subscribe. We'll be back tomorrow. Anybody have anything to say before we close it out? All right, let's make it a winning night tonight, guys. We'll wake up. Bye, guys. We're back.